Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne and Tim. Ethan may be on the way. It got ugly. It got ugly in the third. However, I know. Listen, all right. Listen. Take a breath. Let's take a breath collectively as this fan base. Let's look at the big picture. The Sixers split. They split the first two games in Boston, so now they have home court advantage. Joel Embiid played tonight, and although he wasn't the typical Joel Embiid dominating on offense, but he only had 9 shots, we saw that he does have mobility and he can play defense. Harden had a bad night tonight. And I think actually the Sixers Harden was off tonight. Maxey was cooking for a minute in the second quarter, and then when he got that third foul after that, it was like he couldn't recapture that. So, but let's face it, Boston was the number 2 seed for a reason. And Boston has played us tough, has beaten us 3 times this year for a reason. They are a tough opponent. They had their backs against the wall. There's no way they could lose this. And the Sixers competed with them and hung with them. And then when that third quarter hit and Sixers wasn't hitting, once the floodgates opened, that was it. So it seemed like the Sixers knew. They was like, all right, let's just, we set up and go home. So we'll win by 10 on Friday. I'm not sweating it. What you got, Tim?
I'm just here so we don't get fined, so I won't get fined.
Bernard, appreciate the super chat. He said he blamed Doc, Harden, and PJ for the loss. If you're going to keep playing McDaniels this way, you should have kept Matisse. I actually kind of agree with you, Bernard. PJ was horrible tonight. Yeah. PJ, even though he didn't score, and it seemed the Sixers didn't have that same. Didn't have the same aggression. Like, did you see wait real quick, Tim? And I'm gonna let you go get in. Did you see the play like when they swung the ball around and B swung it to Niang and he was wide open and he just like hesitated and then tried to drive in and got the shot blocked at the end of the clock? Like I don't know what them dudes are. And PJ passed up on open threes. Like they got to fix that. They got to fix that when they come home.
I think they was a little intimidated by Boston. The crowd was a little different today than it was the other day. And I think with Embiid being there, they were more motivated, especially after that loss. And I think we was a little bit intimidated by that atmosphere, to be honest with you. And
you think so?
I do. And that might include James Harden as well. I mean, because James Harden shot terribly. And the moment was there. And it's funny because all week long, a lot of the commentators, they were saying James performed admirably because there was no pressure on him. They said there was zero pressure on that first game because we were expected to lose that game. Now, a little added pressure now, and B's back. Can we get this game? That's in the back of your mind. Like, can we go up 2-0 on this team? And maybe, and I like Harden. I'm not trying to shade Harden or anything. But
he was off tonight. He had the same shot, the same looks. He just wasn't hitting them. A lot of shots rattled in and out. Yeah. I'm not, it happens.
I still feel that Embiid should have took the game off. They throw a stat out there. They said when a team has home field advantage, the next game, if they lose the first game 14 straight times, they end up winning. So the likelihood of Boston losing this game was not very likely. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is sit down because your team is most likely going to sit out. Continue to rest that knee. I mean, he looked okay, but imagine him. The more time, it's only going to be better for him.
How do you know? It might be as good as it could get right now. How do you know? It has a tear. It has a tear. No, it's not. It has a tear that's going to require surgery. So how do you figure it's not going to get but so good until it gets that surgery?
So they said,
and
yeah, go ahead. No, it is the 15 straight. Now it's 15 straight. See, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He was not. We most likely weren't going to win this game.
Okay, I get that part, but you do realize it do make a difference to see him get some actual gameplay. All that shooting around in practice and all that's not the same as gameplay. So I'm not mad that he came in here. Now, if he got hurt, it might be something different and you might have an argument. But if he came in there and he looked solid, if he wasn't on defense, we'd have been down 30 in the first half. We'd have been down 30.
We lost by 40. I don't know.
Well, we lost by 50 something like we did before. Them dudes were trying to rim run the whole time, and he was down there defending it. The Sixers, honestly, the Sixers didn't have the same intensity. They didn't match the intensity.
I don't think Harden shot the ball with confidence like he did before. I didn't see the aggressive Harden. I didn't see him. I saw a timid Maxey and Tobias. I didn't see. We were so aggressive that first game. To me, we weren't as aggressive as we was. We was kind of dependent. Let's see what Embiid does, and then based off of what he do,
Nah,
I'm telling
I
you,
don't think that. You know why? You know why I say I don't believe that, because in the beginning, Embiid kind of stood out the way on offense. Harden had the same matchups. They're doing the
I'm not even
same
saying
thing.
that Embiid was the man on the
But what I'm
ball.
saying,
What I'm
I
saying
know,
is
but
from the mindset of the players,
I
they
don't
like
think.
that's our big man. We gonna defer to him.
But they didn't defer to him. That's my point. On offense, they didn't defer to Embiid. He only had 9 shot attempts. They didn't defer to Embiid. That's what I'm saying. To me, the whole point about it was that the main problem was that Harden wasn't hitting them shots that he was hitting. So
I mean, I think
and
it's
Phil,
more.
no, Embiid, the game, it wasn't on Embiid because he didn't post any of that other stuff. They had the same shots that they was hitting the other game. They was Melton. Melton was out there, had the same open looks, was bricking. And to me, that's what I'm saying. To me, the Sixers, it's like in the back of your mind, you know you won the first one. You're not as pressed to win the second. You want to win the second one, but you ain't as pressed to win it because you got the split already. That's what it looked like to me. So we'll see Friday. I think when the Sixers come out here Friday, we win by 10.
We terrible.
Yeah, you get games like that. You know?
I mean, that's the great thing about it is we won by only 3. They won by almost 40, but guess what? It's still tied 1-1.
Exactly. Honestly, it's the visuals of it. It's one of them situations like we sitting there and we playing because it was a tight game. Let's not act like it was a blowout from the jump. It was a tight game going throughout. And then in the third quarter, when they hit that run and we couldn't buy a bucket, we was bricking everything. And then their bench guys came in and started hitting a couple of shots. No, Jaylen Brown in the beginning of the second half, he came out. You knew Boston was going to come out. They're at home. They need this game. Jaylen Brown came out, hit a couple crucial shots. He opened it up for him. The Sixers was still right there. And then the Sixers started missing, and Boston just was hitting everything. And at a certain point, the floodgates opened, and you saw it was just like, all right,
Right.
it's done.
I think the biggest thing was that the Embiid and somebody else had like they had like a 2-on-1, and Embiid blew that layup, and that's when the floodgates just opened.
You said when what happened?
Embiid blew a layup. He had the ball down low third quarter.
Oh, you talking about when they stripped it out when he fell on Smart?
I don't know if that's what it was, but Embiid had a wide open layup, and it was a shot they normally can make, but for some reason I don't know why he missed it. But from that point on, they were just bombs away. They was hitting every 3 that they wanted. They was making it. Even the boy Derek White didn't play well at all Monday, but tonight he was hitting his. They was blocking shots. And another thing what happened was Jaylen Brown was more aggressive in the second half. Last game, remember he only took like 3 or 4 shots in the second half. Mm-hmm. That third quarter was Jaylen Brown's corner.
But they usually do that though. That's what the biggest difference when you talk about home. Usually in the playoffs, the home team, their bench plays better, and that's what happened tonight.
No, but
I mean, the starter
blew the game open for us though. That's the starter. Jaylen Brown blew that game open. He scored the first 7 points of the third quarter.
But I don't think that he necessarily blew it open. I think when they were still up, like I agree with you that he came out and was aggressive. But when their bench players came in and them dudes wasn't, when Brogdon came in, was banging them threes and Williams was banging them threes from the corner. When them dudes started hitting them shots, that's when it was like, yep, we done. And then and then that third quarter, and meanwhile we throw the ball to Niang, he's wide open in his spot, and he hesitates and don't shoot it. Honestly, the Sixers didn't bring the same intensity. They didn't, and I think it'll change at home. I'm not worried. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's the optics of it because we see it, and we see they got ran out the building in the second half. But if you really look at it, they didn't bring that same intensity in the second half, and I don't think that happens at home.
All right, and I get it. I mean, even Doc did try. I know everybody was trying to want to blame Doc tonight. He tried, but I do feel that his rotation could be. I would play Jaylen Brown a little bit more with the starters. To
Jaylen who?
Not Jalen. Big Daniels.
In place of who?
PJ Tucker. I would actually, especially because when you know they're offensive minded team, they can bond when they shoot the three very, very well. When they're on, they're on.
Hold on, let me ask something real quick. So all these people saying Embiid shouldn't have played, are y'all saying that Embiid is the reason they lost? So are y'all telling me that if Embiid, now if you're saying Embiid shouldn't have played, he should have rested and came back in the next game, that doesn't matter if he's not hurt. So because you do at some point need to play to get that rust off after sitting out. So basically, you're saying you want him to sit out for a whole 2 weeks and then come out and play
Yes.
and play a whole game.
Yes.
No, it don't. That ain't how it works.
Everybody in mom was saying, if I'm Doc, there's no way I'm letting him play this game. I'm giving him more rest. We got that split.
Yeah, because people was worried about him coming in and getting hurt in this game. So worried about him rushing back.
What was the more rush you get, the better you're going to be.
You get rusty. No, you get rusty. If you're playing a team and all these other guys been ripping and running and playing, and then you got to get your rhythm back. And I don't think Embiid killed the flow of the offense. The Sixers moved the ball around. They threw it around. Dudes were not hitting shots. They were not hitting. We had open threes. We were not hitting. I get it. We get to looking because of how bad it looked, and we looking, and it's an overreaction to me by the Sixers fans. Like I said, we'll see Friday. I like the fact that Embiid got out there. You saw he could move around. He was playing defense. He had like 5 blocks in the limited time that he played and everything else. So, and even on a couple of times he took attack the basket and made nice moves or whatever. He needs to get some of those in game action. He needs some of that. And Friday we're gonna see B gonna have 35.
You said B gonna have 35 today.
Not when I say that. I never said that. Don't sit there and lie about that.
He was like,
I never even said anything about Embiid playing tonight and getting nothing. Don't even lie like that.
So like
I didn't. Where I say that? Did Tawana tell you that?
Yeah,
because I never said that. Yeah, all right. So what you was going with the poom poom pants?
So what do you think we're gonna do on Friday? You think Friday we're gonna?
I told you we're gonna win by 10. B gonna have 35.
All right. I think we will. I don't want to see this Harden again, though. I don't want to see this Harden at all, ever again.
Oh yeah, now that's the problem. That's what hurt. Like he wasn't hitting none of this, and he had the same looks that he had the other day. He just wasn't hitting.
Cousin Embiid.
It wasn't no cousin Embiid. He had the same looks. How is that cousin Embiid?
I told y'all Embiid shouldn't have played, man. It was no point. He got it back in rhythm, all that. Come on, Embiid missing up games where he.
Yeah, your internet don't even believe.
I'm not trying to hear that. That Boston crowd up in there. B should just stay home and came back. He won the MVP, so he probably felt like he needs to get out there and play to prove something. He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Wait till you come back home Friday in front of your home crowd. You can be introduced as the MVP,
and he still will, and he still can.
The crowd behind you,
and he still will.
Got the crowd behind you and everything. That would have been a perfect homecoming. There's no reason to rush it. It was rushed. This was rushed, and it was fumbled.
How do you figure it was rushed? Where does it look like it was rushed? Did he look like he couldn't move?
Because they still said he wasn't ready to play. They said that yesterday. We're not sure.
Yeah, they've been saying it the whole time. This is
still
what teams
doubtful
do.
On something. B comes out there and play right after he wins MVP. It was rushed and it was fumbled.
It was not rushed. No, it wasn't. He's been saying the whole time. Whenever I'm ready,
look at the score. That shows you.
It don't show you. All right, then you're not looking at the game. Then, if that's the case, then you didn't see that the game was tight, the game was close, and in the third quarter, when they bench came in bombing us away, we couldn't hit anything. Melton did nothing. McDaniels was doing nothing. Harden was doing nothing. None of them dudes was hitting anything. None of them dudes was hitting anything. And Boston guys was look at the bench. Boston bench lit us up. We was right there. B only took 9 shots, and y'all talking like B was in the way. And B, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the guys in the chat. B took 9 shots. It wasn't like B came out there and took 20 shots and took the ball out of anybody's hand. He got 5 blocks. He played. If he wasn't in the middle playing defense, this game would have been over. And I like I said to me,
the Sixers still fumbled the bag. They fumbled the bag.
How?
They should have waited.
How does that fumble
the bag? This actually changes my prediction now. This changes my prediction. I'm sorry. I know we get in the game, but
so you think if we didn't have Embiid, so you think if Embiid ain't played tonight, we the one?
I didn't say that. I just said this changes my prediction.
So yeah, you said that we were going to. You said we were going to gentlemen sweep them. You said 5. So now because you was expecting the Sixers would win. So you were expecting the Sixers to win this game, or when you said the gentlemen 5, were you expecting Boston would win this game, and that was it?
It's a hair for my lady. Did you expect the Sixers to get waxed
from your cat?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about the visuals. If you look at the game, they tapped out in the third. They tapped out. The Sixers tapped out in the third.
They made them tap out.
No, they didn't. They tapped out when they couldn't hit shots, and Boston hit some shots. Then it was like, all right, you can see in that game action. It was like, okay, we split. Let's go home. That's the whole way that they was playing in the third quarter. So I mean, I get it. It's fair for people to think that he should send out to another, but I don't agree. I like the fact that it looked like he could move around. He was playing defense. He made a couple good plays in offense.
So let me say,
and he didn't force it.
This waxing don't change how you feel
about
the series?
No. Because I think that you keep saying this waxing. I think that's the visual of it. We know Boston can get hot and shoot. We even in the other game when Boston was off like that, I even said that to y'all then when y'all were saying we could beat Boston like that. Wait, last game when we was talking about that, and I said, and y'all said we could beat Boston like that. We could beat Boston without beating. I said, there's no way we're gonna beat them like that. And I said, because Boston, we already know Boston could go crazy and shooting threes on us. They wasn't hitting their threes all that great. I think they shot 30%.
Here's what we do know that we beat Boston without B, and we lost with Boston with B.
I'm not blaming B for the loss. Things of that nature. I'm just saying they fumbled the bag bringing them. They shouldn't have brought them back. It was everybody on here was in agreement, even you, Wayne. Yeah, wait till
I said if he's evidently he looked healthy to me. I said if he's healthy. Listen, you'll be the same person if he don't play and then you see him shooting and running around in practice. Oh, see, he ain't got no dog in him. See, B lazy. B could have played. They're the same people saying that. If the doctors cleared him and he said he was able to play and he was out there moving, it wasn't like he was hobbling around and everything else. He played well. He wasn't playing the MVP beat level, but he played well.
The injury first happened, we all thought he'd be playing the first game. Oh, it's about nothing. Because how long was it between the injury and the first? It was almost a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since the last game he played until the Boston, because he didn't play the last game of the Net series.
Right.
And we all thought that was just
it would have been 2 weeks Thursday.
No, it wasn't. If you'd wait till this Friday, but if you'd played in the first game, it would have been like 10 days or something like that.
So obviously the injury is more serious than we all thought, because now he missed the first game of Boston. So to sit here miraculously into that he's healed and all ready to go, no, he rushed back. The injury is more serious than the Sixers letting out. They saying that here it's a small tear and things like that. So Embiid's hurt. He's hurt.
Okay, but he's going to be hurt for the rest.
He's not.
That injury, he's going to be hurt. He's going to be hurt the rest of the playoffs with that injury.
So but Embiid is better than not playing with healthy players. You saying you rather have an injured Embiid because you're saying that he's going to be hurt throughout the entire rest of the playoffs.
Yeah. So we just sit Embiid for the rest of the playoffs.
No, you have a better chance because that team had a whole week and a half of practice.
You're smoking if you think we're beating them without Embiid. We're not winning the series without Embiid.
You could still that team practiced for a week and a half without Embiid, so they had chemistry.
I agree.
They had the chemistry going on.
Man, I can't.
They had chemistry.
Hey, listen, everybody in the chat. I'm on here for y'all because these two Negroes are irritating the crap out of me with this nonsense.
I never said
I'm here because of y'all.
I know we not winning 7 without Bede. I know we not winning 7 without
I believe we could.
I'm just saying Bede is hurt. Bede is hurt.
Okay, we know this. And he's playing.
So
what's his name is hurt? Smart is hurt. He came out and played. Smart got a bruised chest. He came out and played. He got his arm hurt again, and he out there playing. Everybody plays injured in the playoffs.
Come on, man. We know Bede ain't the one to play hurt. Don't sit here.
Okay, no. The problem with Embiid playing hurt, the problem with Embiid playing hurt in the playoffs before was because he would come out there and be mopey with it and everything else when he playing. He was Embiid mopey. Was Embiid walking around like, oh, I'm dying? Is that Embiid that you saw? No, you saw Embiid blocking shots, playing defense, and everything else.
No, because he got the MVP right now.
Okay, well, but did he come out there and look?
Listen, at first I seen this
really
beating Boston. Now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. I got to revisit that.
Why? Because we lost by a lot.
Game 3 will tell me a
lot.
Why?
Because we lost by a lot.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All
you got embarrassed and smacked. So a 2-point loss, there's no difference for you
there? The Sixers quit in the third quarter because they had no. They did what y'all said. We won the split, so we don't need to play. We don't need to play our best team against them on the game. So the Sixers said, okay,
Charlie,
they rolling. We'll back out.
Oh, Charlie M, did we win that Atlanta series? Charlie M, did we win that Atlanta series?
No.
So so that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Thank you, Andrew.
He had the same. He had, as a matter of fact, he had the same.
Hold up.
He had the same injury that Giannis had. Giannis played on it too.
Who had the same injury as Giannis?
B.
What, this year?
Last year. Or Atlanta said, whatever. What? The Giannis won a chip.
Ethan.
Giannis had a broken face with concussion?
No, he tore meniscus or something.
That was another year. That was another year you're talking about.
Last year, B problem was he had a cracked face and he had a concussion.
He had a cracked face. He had the real injury was his hand.
No, the real injury was that cracked face. That's why his feet wasn't together. He was concussed.
He couldn't.
He was concussed.
His hand was the one that caused.
Okay, with that same hand, ain't the same hand that he won the game against Toronto and he hit the 3 at the end and was still balling.
Doc already said he knew that they wasn't going to win based off of the hand. The hand injury was significant. That was the injury.
Good looking at Pumans. Boston was winning this game regardless. At least B got some much needed game run before game 3. We did everything he normally.
I agree.
He did everything he normally does.
I think Embiid didn't press the issue on offense, and I think that's. I actually think that he kind of took it slow today. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I get it.
All right, Wayne, let me ask you this: Did Embiid struggle shooting tonight?
No, not really. No,
exactly. So why would he been rusty on Friday when we played the game? Then he'd have been just fine Friday.
You know what he also. You know what he also.
To kick off the rust, there was no rust.
You asked me a question. Did overtalk me? You asked me a question.
No, the question was really. It wasn't.
You asked me a question.
It wasn't for you to answer. I was.
So you said
it's rhetorical.
It was.
So you said, why would it not be on Friday? You know what Embiid didn't do today? He didn't try to take over. He didn't do all the extra stuff. That's why today was the baby step. You get out there, you get loose, you get back in the flow, and then I think Friday you're going to see a more. Embiid wasn't attacking on offense today.
He watched the game. This is Embiid's quotes. He said, I want y'all to do the exact same thing. I want y'all to attack defensively. I'm just going to clean up the boards. He said that's one job. He wanted to play. This was his game plan today. Just to get on the boards and block shots and everything.
And he did that. The problem was Harden missed his shots.
But exactly, Harden missed his shots. But don't sit there and say it was all the warm up for Friday. That wasn't this was the game plan.
Okay, I guarantee you, Friday he drops 35 points and we win by 10.
We could have did the same thing on Friday.
No, we couldn't. No, we wouldn't.
Listen, if one win Friday, the sky's falling.
It always falls for you whenever we lose.
Well, for you, it ain't gonna be falling for you if we lose Friday.
No, it'll be 2-1 series. The momentum shifts in these kind of series all the time, bro.
Nobody rather have TJ McConnell than Embiid. X-Men, listen, let's throw X-Men. I'm tired of Embiid getting hurt every playoffs. Y'all not tired of it? Last year, face. The year before that, torn meniscus.
Don't guarantee that, man.
The only year he didn't get hurt was the bubble year. Every year, other year, he's sick. He got stomach virus. He's missing against Toronto. Every year in the playoffs is something with Joel Embiid. I'm tired of it, man. Y'all not
this is what he does. This is what he does, Gold Ray.
Year after year in the playoffs, he misses games.
Okay, but yet you wanted him to sit another game. He came in and played, and you complaining about that. But then you talk, he misses games. But then he played a game, and you complaining.
3 years in a row, he missed games.
But he's playing the game now, and but he can't. Go ahead.
Missed the game. We could have won that chip. We could have.
His internet don't even want to listen to him.
Series, Golden State, all them injuries. We don't want to chip that year. We don't want to chip that year. Come on, man.
First of all, I was the one saying that way back then. I was saying that way back then. That was the best team. So,
what was me? All the Toronto game, he moping.
Okay, so was he moping this game? So was he
every year?
Was he moping this year? That's my point.
Hurt,
was he moping? You just said in the Toronto game he was hurt. Was he moping this year? Was he moping this game? No, he played. He wasn't moping. He played.
You always talk about somebody's durability. Let's see what they can do. What about Joel Embiid?
Okay.
You talk about everybody else.
Okay.
You talk about Steph Curry getting hurt. You talk about Kawhi. You talk about everybody else's durability. You talk about AD. What about Joel Embiid?
And that's why I wasn't mad that he played tonight. Y'all were the one talking about him sitting out. I said I wasn't even playing if he could play. Exactly. You talking out both sides of your mouth. At one point, you're complaining that he played, and then the next point, you're complaining that he don't play. What are we doing?
I'm not complaining that he played. I just say he should have played. It was no reason to play versus injury. Just go play Friday.
Yeah.
Did he get injured?
My goodness.
So that point is mute.
He's already injured. He's playing injured.
You said there's no point in him playing to get injured. Did he get injured, re-injured today?
Now I'm be watching the game. I'm be watching the game with a helmet on because every time Joel Embiid fall, everybody gonna think he get hurt or something like that. You never gonna know. You never know Joel Embiid. He gonna be running back and forth to the locker room. It's gonna be a circus Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. It was gonna be a circus Friday anyway.
We got the split though. The one thing we wanted to do is get a split with Boston. That's what we did. I know it looks funny. It looks horrible because we got routed. But we got something now. We can go home. We know what we got to do. We got to find a way to stop Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown is killing us in the series so far. And so, I mean, fortunately, he stopped himself the first game by not scoring or shooting in the second half. But this game, he shot both in the first and second half. So that's the game plan. We got to find out how can we stop Jaylen Brown next game.
Our problem ain't about stopping Jaylen Brown. Our problem is about scoring the basket. When you're not scoring, when you gotta hit them shots. When we gotta hit them shots. When you're not scoring, because it makes a difference. You put more pressure on the other team if you're scoring too. If you're scoring nothing and they coming down there, it's no pressure on them now. Now they just started jacking. They not worried. Once you up and
you're not gonna get a game plan on that superstar. If their star player is using Maxey and using whoever's on him, you saying don't worry about that. We just got to make more baskets.
He had what 20? What he had 26 points?
Because they didn't play in the fourth quarter. Yes, 26 points in 3 quarters.
The biggest problem was the fact that when their bench came in there and was bombing away, the Sixers had no motivation to play. You saw it in the way that they was playing. So we'll see when they get home, bro. I get it. Like I said, I understand the dynamics and the visuals that you see. That it's like we got ran out the gym, this, that, and the other. We gonna see on Friday. We gonna see on Friday.
So you don't. Are you recognizing?
That's a must win.
Are you recognizing?
It's a must win now.
Jaylen Brown was like shooting 8% from the field on Monday. Hold on. 25 points tonight.
A game 3 in the 1-1 series is a must win. No.
Why not?
Why is it a must win?
Because hold on, the thing. Because you're at home, you took home court advantage. The plan is home game to see if you can steal one on the road. So to me, it's a must win. What playoffs you watching?
It ain't no must win. A game 3 is not a must win.
So you think we can win another one in Boston?
Yes.
No, yes, I agree. I think game 3 is a must win game.
It's a must win.
So if this series goes 7, we automatically lost. Y'all mind if this series goes 7, we automatically lost.
It's gonna be hard to beat Boston.
No.
It's gonna be hard. You saying in Boston?
Okay,
yes,
okay.
I'm saying it will be hard to win in Boston again.
I'm not saying it. So are you saying we can't? Because y'all said, can we beat Boston and Boston again? And I said yes, and y'all saying no. So you saying if it goes 7, we automatically lost?
I'm saying it's gonna be difficult to beat them.
This is my point. You don't want to go down.
It's difficult to beat them at home.
You don't want to go 1-2. You don't want to go 1-2.
A dub, Captain Obvious. Of course, you don't want to go 1-2. Nobody wants to go 1-2 in the series.
It's a must win.
It's not a must win.
So it's a must win, right?
No, it's not a must win.
It's a must win.
So
Master Craft, you don't think game 3 is a must win? What?
Extra said this is
we don't think game 3 at home? We don't think the first game at home is a must win? What do we think? We that good that we can beat Boston wherever, whenever?
Yeah, why not?
They've been beating us all year long.
Without the home crowd? Y'all crazy.
Well, the last 3 times we played them, we 2-1. How about that?
Y'all look at reality.
All right, widen the scope.
We 3-1.
The last 4 times we played them, we 2-2.
Widen even more.
No, because we had a different roster back then. We had dudes on the bench. It's a different roster back then.
My bad.
Jalen Brandon even played the one game that we beat him.
Mm-hmm. And he played in the other game we beat him.
Yeah, and that's because he didn't shoot. But when he's kept shooting in the third quarter,
how do y'all?
Okay.
So let me ask you, as a coach, right? You're not making sure your team is playing this game like it's a must win. It ain't game 7, so it really ain't that. We win. If we lose, we still gotta.
No, you don't go. You don't go into no game like that. But that's the mindset you wanted them to. That's the mindset. They don't go into no game like that. But that's the mindset y'all wanted them to have tonight. Well, we won game 1. We don't got to play B. Let's just. You go from wanting to be a pacifist tonight to now like it got to be a must win. Like, bro, come on, man. Like you got to find that balance, baby.
So
hold on.
So this game,
we lose the game. We lose on Friday.
This wasn't a must win.
That game that we lost home court advantage again. Now that
What'd
means
you say?
we gotta go back on the road and win another game in Boston.
Okay. Do you think that if you think
not tell for the last 2-3 years?
So do you think? Well, actually, the one game that they beat us was the last second shot by Tatum.
It's a law.
Okay, and we beat them. So what's the difference? You want to give me all these parameters when we beat them. Well, see, that's because this, that, and well, that's because this, that, and other. That's because this, that, and other. But then when we say we beat them, no, like, come on, bro. Like, stop panicking. Get it, dog.
All right.
That being said, I do want them to come out and play like it's a must win, but I don't think it's a must win. If they lose this game, I don't think the series is over.
All right. So if they lose game 3, then game 4 is a must win.
Oh, absolutely. Did you go down 3-1? Absolutely. Unless they had Doc as the coach and it was reversed. 2-1 is not, to me, 2-1 don't mean the series is over. When you start saying a must win means if you don't win this, the series is over.
I think it's a must-win game.
That's what I think. It's important you secure the home court. That's what you got it for. That's what you play the season for. Mm-hmm. Home court advantage. So I think it's important. I don't think we're good enough to continue to win games in Boston.
MOTC, he said 6-5 down in that team. Well, you want us to be homers, or do you want us to be realists?
I mean, it's fine. It's fine with being a realist, but that's just like, all right, entertainment. It seemed like we played better without Embiid against this team. I don't necessarily agree with that.
We 12-5 without Embiid. You're gonna have to agree with it.
What? So what's our record with Embiid?
That's the math.
Is it the same percentage? What's the record?
Not even close to that same.
If we 12-5 without him, we 5-12 with him. Then that's what that says, right?
Huh? How?
Nah,
what? Wait, you got me sitting there like, wait a minute, hold up, what?
That means we lost 5 times.
That was good. I like that.
How many? What is the record without Embiid? We 12-5 against Boston without Embiid.
We 12-5 period this year playing without Embiid.
Oh, okay.
So we have a winning record playing without Embiid. So I'm just saying,
got a winning record playing with Embiid.
I mean, without all that being said, I do want to say congratulations to MVP for his MVP. I mean,
get off his now. Just keep on hating.
It was well deserved. He was the MVP of the league. I thought he was better than the Joker. I thought he was better than Giannis, and I thought he was better than Tatum. He deserved it. I'm glad he did.
He did.
His speech was a little fugazi. He told us this is not hate, but he was sitting there saying, all I've been through. I like anything that if you've been rich, a millionaire for 10 years, I don't care about all you've been through. At that point, it don't count. You got.
How many years he been in the league? He been a millionaire for 10 years?
He's been almost. Why not? This is 9th year.
So when he first came in the league and going through all that stuff, and when he came over here, and if you listen to him, he said when he came over here and then his brother ended up dying, he thought he was blaming himself for not being home.
We all experienced that.
Huh?
We all experienced that.
So because he's a millionaire and makes that's not tough on him. I'm
just saying.
Let me ask you this. First of all, you're as family oriented as you are and always around your family. You're going to tell somebody that leaves their whole family and come over to a whole nother country as a kid, and you going to diminish what they go through?
All right. So he living in Cameroon. I'm sure it's a third world country, not that great, to go live in dorms in Kansas and then go there and then become a millionaire living high.
Leaving your family as a young adult and coming to a different culture is a big deal. Now, that being said, I do think that he embellished a little bit.
So you say he can't bring his family with him?
So when he came over to Kansas, he was a millionaire in Kansas?
1 year in Kansas.
He was a millionaire in Kansas? You said bring his family over.
1 year. He was there.
He didn't get rich till like 3-4 years.
No, like 3 years in the league. The moment you sign an NBA contract, you're a multi-millionaire. So he
like $2 million?
He was the third year he was the third player drafted. So literally he spent 1 year in America chilling in a dorm, all his meals free, everything. The next year he's a billionaire, a multi-millionaire. And you go
real quick.
Then he marries a supermodel, and you go tell him, I feel so.
He's not married. First of all, he's not married.
Well, he's engaged and everything, living the life of more better than.
But if he's telling you everything he went through to get to the NBA, that's the whole point he's making. Everything he went through to get to the NBA and go through all that.
16 years, everybody was.
Hey, Noob, you see what I got to deal with, bro? Like, come on.
I mean, come on.
Tim is such a hater, bro.
I'm not hating.
Real quick, I gotta go back to something else because
go ahead.
My man, where's it at? Jules Jackson said that we really have home court advantage, realistic and factual. But we only have home court advantage if we win our home games.
But Wayne says it's not important.
No, I didn't say it's not important. I said it's
not important.
I said it's not a must win. It's not a must win.
Bernard McCoy, put that up there. Good looking out, Bernard in the super chat. He said the Celtics player said their goal is to stop Maxey. Don't believe Harden can keep this up. Harden is playing today. I don't think Harden can keep that up either. I think I
actually think Maxey was balling until he got that third foul. When he got that third foul in the second quarter, and it was like he had to sit down. And then in the third quarter, that's when everything started unfolding. But Maxey was carrying us for that stretch in the second.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, the biggest problem was Harden missed the exact same. And this is my issue with Harden. When you come in there, tell me something, 45, like, yeah, I could be that kind of player. Like, this is what I could do. Because he was hearing people talk about him. So he was talking like, I could drop that when I got to drop it, this, that, and other. If that's the case, he had the exact same shots tonight. He had them exact same shots tonight, and they wasn't falling.
Hey, Carlton Banks, I do know ball. How about that?
How about that?
Well, Hudson, what is it? Is it Banks or Hudson?
It's Hudson. Carlton Hudson. I want
Embiid to wait till the third game, but after seeing him tonight, it was good that.
How was it being played?
15
points. He gave us. I mean, right now he averaged 33 points a game in the regular season, and in his playoffs, he's averaging like 19 points a game. It's like 14 points less.
And the team is 5-1.
But
6-1. The team is 6-1 in the playoffs.
Yeah, but 3 of them he only participated like in 3 of them games, 3 to 40 games.
5-1, right?
How he missed 2.
Yeah, so if it's
5-1. So okay. Stop. Just stop, man.
I'm just saying we win it without him.
Listen,
he's injured. Please stop.
We lost. So
if he's injured, why?
I don't listen. He missed 10 games. I mean, I don't know how rusty is he really going to be. He played in the 3 games.
Tim, with Embiid this season, the Sixers are 43-23.
Okay.
So that's about the same as 12-5.
12-5 is
not.
He said 12-5 or 15.
It's about the same.
12-5.
12-5 without beat.
So it's still a better percentage.
And 43-23 with him. It's about the same.
So that means he makes no difference.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay.
It makes no difference if he's in the
He makes
game
a
or not.
difference, Tim. Stop with hating. He definitely makes a difference. I don't. We don't beat. First of all, we don't beat Boston in 7 without Joel Embiid.
Exactly.
But we just gotta see. Doc gotta make. Gotta see what the adjustments Doc gonna make.
Yeah, we gotta see.
But man, you can't get. This is a must-win.
Your internet keep blipping in and out. I think.
Got janky internet.
But they
must-win Friday.
I don't think. I think it's they must come out and play Friday. That they can't.
They got no honestly, to play. It's on the schedule.
Yeah, well, they ain't played tonight in the second half because they sure enough look like they packed it in. As soon as Boston started hitting, they looked like Boston was hitting and the Sixers wasn't, and it looked like the Sixers packed it in.
Yeah, down 30.
Listen, Carlton, I agree, but I think Friday is better. First of all, you're home. He's the MVP. The crowd would have been hyped. It would have been a highly emotional game for the crowd, for him, and the team.
Exactly.
It still will.
It's not going to be the same because you already played. It's not the same.
If the return of Embiid off of injury, it was so.
It's still going to be. Embiid is coming to. This is his first game there since winning the MVP, and you don't think that the crowd's still not going to be hyped?
No.
After the Sixers just split 1-1 in Boston, now they're coming here. They're going to actually give Embiid the trophy. He's going to hoist it up in front of the crowd, and you telling me the crowd's not going to be hyped? Embiid's not going to be hyped.
It's going to be a golf clap. Yeah.
You smoking that good kush tonight,
We'll man. We'll be back Friday.
All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're going to catch y'all on our next podcast. We out.
Peace.